Hello everyone, my name is Bram Klinkhamer and welcome to my presentation about the origins of music as we know it as humans. Long ago people considered humans to be created. Humans were thought to be unique. We are the only ones that use tools, the only ones that wear clothes. We essentially thought that we were godlike. However, this is long ago. Um, Today we know that as humans we have evolved from other animals. And many of our uniquely human traits, such as walking upright and using tools, have turned out to have evolved for particular reasons. This is not entirely clear though for every human trait. Namely, we have music, and it is not entirely clear why we evolved this trait. This is because, according to some people, music does not give you any benefit in order to survive. Of course, it doesn't help you escape from predators, since it will only alert them where you are. And it doesn't help you obtain food either, because food does not understand the concept of music. People will say that music is essentially useless, generally refer to it as auditory cheesecake. This comes from the idea that we didn't evolve to like cheesecake, we really evolved to like sugar and to like fat. And cheesecake just happens to be both of those things. So when they say music is auditory cheesecake, they actually say that music consists of several components that we have evolved to really like. And they are simply brought together in music, which is experienced as very pleasurable for us. Even though music feels so natural for us, the theory does not seem that unrealistic. Humans do like rhythm. Professional athletes can actually perform better when listening to music, especially when having to perform for a long time. Disco Inferno, burn, hey, hey, hey. The music doesn't even have to be fun or motivational or anything. Even a simple metronome will allow athletes to run further. Besides rhythm, there are also other aspects of music that we might find enjoyable on their own. For example, different timbres can be compared to different noises that we like as humans. An example of this is that everyone likes the sound of flowing water. They find it calming. Or maybe the sound of a clicking typewriter is something that many people find extremely satisfying for some reason. They don't seem to be related to music. So this theory really kind of builds on the idea that human music is useless from an evolutionary perspective. But that idea is actually quite controversial because it really depends on how you give the definition to music. If you, for example, were to classify birdsong as a form of music, and birdsong can get really complex, then music certainly has all sorts of reasons for existing on its own. An obvious example of how birds use their form of music is that they use it in order to find a mate. This is something that we also see in humans, because of course, have you noticed the sheer abundance of music that is related to love? Or maybe the amount of men that have picked up an instrument in order to impress a girl? Well, uh, so accepting that music could have a real evolutionary benefit is kind of leads you to all sorts of other theories that are kind of contradictory to the evolutionary cheesecake hypothesis. Another theory like this is the idea that music evolved to communicate cues about group memberships or to enhance within group bonds. Like maybe where traditionally within group bonds could be strengthened through grooming, this grooming behavior could have disappeared somewhere in the human lineage, and then it got replaced by music. Perhaps this happened when we lost our hair. Others argue this could have happened when group sizes became so big that grooming was not effective anymore. So, in a broad sense, there are two main directions that the ideas can take as to how human music has come to exist. Firstly, there's the idea that of the auditory cheesecake, in the sense that music is just there to pleasure us. And then secondly, there is the idea of human music specifically evolving for a certain reason. In my article, I'm putting together a bunch of other articles and trying to find out which, to me, is the most likely. It's a difficult question. I know it's a bit broad, but it's very interesting and very fun. So, with that, thank you all for listening, And thanks to everyone who made this minor possible, to all the lecturers and everyone involved. I really enjoyed it. And with that, goodbye.